was a mild-mannered chemist. I formulated your toothpaste. Then they came, and everything changed for all of us. First, we sent out our bravest, most confident, most handsome diplomat to meet with them. It didn't go well. They call Earth Region 72. They want to capture us, enslave us, and take our planet. If we have anything to say about it, our region will remain free.
They're the best. They're the best.
Come on, man.
They released Monster O.
They're here already. You're next. You're next. You're next.
Hello and welcome to episode number 37 of Region Free. I hope everybody is having a good Thursday. Let's see who's with us here tonight. Before I bring in the panel, let's do some shout outs here. Let's do a shout out to DJ Chesick, Joe Bob Tarheel, Pizzal's Dodge Challenger. My car is watching tonight. You need a wash badly, so go to the car wash. We've got Michael Piatowski, Punisher Batman fan. We've got Dave in the chat, RJ Skarinki, Let's Talk for a Minute, Zombie 7979, Dustin Lewis, Punk Room, Big T, Entertainment Wizard. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Let's go ahead and bring in tonight's panel. I know we've got a lot to discuss. A lot's happened since our last episode back in June. I know a trailer for some little indie movie dropped. I'm sure we'll talk about it at some point tonight. A lot of people haven't even heard of it. But I'm going to go ahead and bring in the folks tonight. Joining me tonight, Corey Cunningham. Corey, how are you?
What's up, Piz? I'm doing well. I just got a big movie role. I'm very excited for it.
I'm happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's
nice.
Going to be interesting. Nowhere to go but up.
You know, we all got to start somewhere. So, you know,
the new face of evil.
There it is. There we go. Could you imagine that beard sticking out of the bottom of the mask?
I think that'd be pretty awesome.
The hat on top of the mask.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't had a bearded Michael Myers, have we?
Well, Rob Zombie's in part 2, he was bearded. Yeah.
We need another caveman Michael Myers. I'm down.
Let's do it. They'll reboot it. Once they reboot it, who knows what'll happen. So
This is true.
I don't know. But it's good to see you tonight, Dan. Hope everything's going well with you.
Good to see you as well.
Also joining me tonight, we have got Jay the Stingray, aka the bearded Michael. How's it going, Stingray?
What's up, fellas? How's it going?
How are you, man?
Good. Fresh off the heels of Nope Just got back just in time for the show.
Okay. So we'll actually have two members of the panel tonight who's seen Nope. So we'll get to compare.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
You guys will get to compare notes. Very cool. All right. Well, it's good to see you, Stingray.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Also joining me tonight, we have got Monty. What's going on, Monty?
Hello, my region-free crew. Happy to be back in the saddle.
Yeah.
I also like to mention that I have a small part in Corey's film as well. You know, it's just a small little walk-on extra part, but I was very grateful that he gave it to me. So thank you for that, Corey.
That's very nice. Very nice. He's a very gracious person. Yeah.
I know. I'm so grateful.
But it's good to see you tonight, Monty. Hope you're doing well.
Oh, I'm doing very well.
All right, very cool. Also joining me tonight, making this is at least his second, maybe third appearance on Region Free. Definitely his second, I do believe. But from the Lost River Drive-In YouTube channel, Nick. How's it going, Nick?
Well, it's going good, Piz, but you didn't warn me that we were going to have the literal face of evil with us tonight. I mean, I am underdressed. I didn't shower. I showered last night. Like, come on, dude. Like, I could have used a warning. Corey, how are you, man? I've heard great things. Well, not so great things, but I've heard things.
I haven't showered in a week. You're good.
Oh, okay. No, I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah. Jay, I just got out of Nope as well. Literally had 5 minutes to walk in the door and set up. So, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, same here.
But yeah, I'm doing good, guys.
All right, cool. It's good to have you with us tonight. Yeah. So we'll have some Nope talk here very soon. Very interesting. Very cool.
I'm curious about this indie trailer though, Piz. Like what's this indie movie you're talking about?
It's that new Jeepers Creepers reboot.
Oh yeah.
It's that one. Yeah. We're gonna go deep on that one. In depth on that one momentarily. But you gotta wait. All right. Also joining me tonight, last but not least, the Professor B-Movie Mike. How's it going, Mike?
Hey, what's up, gentlemen? How's it going?
Another beautiful day, Mike.
Man, you got me all excited though, man, because you're talking about this trailer, and I'm thinking, oh, here we go. We're gonna be talking about the Munsters, man. That's the only trailer that matters. I grew up on that show. I'm Team Munster all the way, man. It's amazing, right? I can't wait to dive into that one. It looks like a beauty thing to talk about. Right?
So yeah, so now we've got at least two trailers to talk about tonight. Actually, there's been 2 Munsters trailers, so we can talk about both of those in depth. And Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
I'm about to come back. I only saw one. Shit, I'm underprepared.
Mike, you've got to bow out and go watch that trailer number 2. I mean, come on, you've got to be prepared here. But anyway, let's just go ahead and dive into Nope. I know, Nick, Stingray, I know you both have went to see Nope. That's the big release that's coming out this weekend. Jordan Peele's third film. Just go ahead, Nick, I'll let you start. Go ahead and give us your overall thoughts on the film.
Well, I know a lot of people, like when you hear the name Jordan Peele directed film, like given his track record, there was a lot of people that are trepidatious because they're like, is this going to be like super heavy handed with like messaging and whatnot? And I don't mind either way, as long as it serves the purpose of the story. That kind of stuff doesn't bother me. But I'm happy to say for anybody that may be trepidatious about that, this movie is not like that. I think this is probably his most straightforward movie up to this point, in the sense of it really is just like, what's going on? Oh, this is what's going on. Okay, let's deal with this. And that's pretty much what the movie is. There is one weird side plot that I'm sure Jay knows what I'm talking about. It has to do with a chimpanzee. But I'm kind of like, the hell is this chimpanzee doing? We won't get into spoilers, but I liked it better than Us. I really did like it better than Us. And I think that it deserves to be seen on the big screen. So I feel like if you're going to see it, don't cheat yourself out of waiting till it comes out on home video. Go see it, preferably in IMAX too, because it was awesome. The trailers really did not spoil this movie. You thought they did. I thought they did, and they didn't. So it was a fun time, man. I really liked it.
Oh, very cool. Stingray, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, I pretty much echo what Nick said. I'll be brief. I don't want to spoil anything. I am looking forward to talking to you guys about this, maybe off air when you guys have some time and you've seen it. I've got a lot of thoughts, but I like Jordan Peele. I've liked his other two films before this. I know he's a very polarizing guy. Seems like you either kind of love him or hate him type of guy, but I like, Get Out and Us. I like both those films, and this is a very straightforward film. I feel like it's a genre kind of bending. It kind of spans a few different genres: adventure, horror, sci-fi. And I had only seen the original trailer, like I think it was with the Super Bowl. It was like during the Super Bowl, that just like a teaser type deal. So I didn't really know what to expect. I had kind of an idea, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I'd recommend you guys check it out.
Okay.
Now, Jay, as somebody that has watched it as well, I just want to ask you really quick, and this for the panel and for everybody listening, would you agree that the trailers were very misleading? Like, it's not what you thought you were getting yourself in for? It is and it isn't.
Well, like I said, I only saw the first one, or just like the teaser. So it was different than I was expecting for sure. It was a little more hardcore than I thought it was going to be.
I think it's going to be right up your alley, Piz. I really, really do. I when I walked out of it, I was like, I think Piz is going to like this movie. I think Christian will too. So yeah, you need to check it out. You guys need to check it out.
Cool. And I like the fact that and I actually don't think I saw the second trailer for Nope. I think I avoided the second trailer. Mm-hmm. But I like the fact that the trailer, even if it's a little deceptive, I don't, as long as you're not like, as long as you're not throwing too big of a curveball at me, but I don't want to know everything from the trailer, so.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm intrigued to see it.
Good.
Anybody else planning on seeing Nope this weekend?
I've got it booked for tomorrow. So
nope.
No.
Tomorrow morning before work, I'm gonna go see it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, they got a 10 o'clock show tomorrow, so I'm gonna go catch that.
Okay. Cool.
Well, don't worry. You get plenty of nopes in it. They make sure to say the word nope a lot. But yeah.
It's one of those films.
So evil nopes tonight?
Yeah, evil nopes tonight. No, it's not super heavy-handed like that to where you're like, oh, here's nope again. But no, you do recognize it. You're like, they're saying nope a lot. So
well, so no desire at all, Mike.
No.
Okay.
I'm indifferent.
Simple.
Not positive or negative. I'm just not interested.
That's the sequel. Is nah.
First you had Nope, then there was No. Now there's Nah.
I haven't seen any of his films yet, and I don't plan on starting now. Just I don't know. Just they don't. But I will tell people something you should check out, and that's the Gwar documentary on Shudder. Damn it.
Okay,
now, that's something right up my alley.
Oh, really?
So that's finally on Shudder.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay.
I have nothing against Jordan Peele. I haven't seen any of his movies, so I can't critique them. But I don't plan on remedying that by seeing them. So, But hey, if people enjoy them, cool. Enjoy it.
I was looking for that Gwar documentary. I think it might have been after the last Region Free, and I was like, damn, it's not on here yet. So I'll have to go.
I noticed it was on there last night. I don't know if it's relatively new, I imagine.
It is. Yeah, it is. I thought it recently came out.
Yeah, it just came out like in the last 24 hours. I'm not as knowledgeable, but I'm hearing there's some controversy about leaving somebody off of it that created a lot of the costumes right now. Some sort of issue.
There's no way they left Hunter Jackson off of it. I mean, he's like half of the reason they exist.
Yeah, it's something about somebody that does the costumes and they cut out, like they really didn't use a lot of his interview footage. I saw that literally right before we went live, so I don't know a whole lot about the story, but yeah, it's almost a 3-hour doc, so I'm surprised there'd be that much cut.
If Gizmo Globin is not in there, I'm going to be very pissed off.
Who's the gentleman in Gwar who passed away, who Adam Green talks about all the time?
There's been a couple that have died, but the most probably recognizable would be the singer, Dave Brockie, who played Otis Urungus. He was like the one. It was him and Hunter Jackson that started the whole thing. They both went to college in Virginia, and they were renting out an old dairy thing, and the artists were using it. And Hunter Jackson had his area where he made all his creatures and stuff, and Dave had his area where his punk band Death Piggy would practice. And then they just kind of started working together, and Gwar was the result. But I think they had a falling out, and that may be why, Hunter got left out a little bit. But, Dave's been dead since like 2014, though. So I know he didn't have anything to do with it,
Yeah.
Right.
God, I can't believe it's been that long.
I know. Well, I mean, we just came upon the 5-year anniversary of George Romero's passing, like just the other day.
Today was the 35th anniversary of the release of Appetite for Destruction. That one makes me go.
Yesterday was also the 5-year anniversary of Chester Bennington as well, which was crazy that it was 5 years ago. I was like, wow.
Like yesterday, man.
I know. I actually went out and got the logo tattooed on my arm the day after he died. That was the first CD I ever owned, was Hybrid Theory when I was a kid. So it's just like, I saw the tweet yesterday from Revolver that was like 5 years ago today. I was like, wow.
Damn, time flies.
It's crazy how many people we've lost. It's just so many people, man. They're going every day, man. It's crazy.
They're dropping now, yeah, for sure.
I used to see Gwar on Jerry Springer back in the day when I was a kid. That was how I knew who they were. It was like, I think, one of them took Jerry and threw him in the mouth of the monster, and it ate him up, and they kicked him in his butt. I'll never forget that.
They fed him to the world maggot.
Yeah.
They fed a lot of people to the world maggot, especially live in concert. That was the one band I got to see 9 or 10 times in 4 different states.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
They were like my Grateful Dead. You know what I mean? They were awesome.
That's cool. That's cool. But it's good to hear that, we're getting some positive feedback about Nope. I haven't seen any reviews or paid attention to anybody online who's seen it. So, but
real quick, I know I've seen a lot of buzz about people. I mean, there was a tweet going around, I think yesterday, where it's like,
oh God.
Well, I mean, obviously Jordan Peele's the best director of all time.
Right.
I mean, it's a little early on to say that. I mean,
they called him the best horror director of all time.
And even Jordan Peele chimed in. He's like, "Come on, man,
Yeah, he said, "Put your phone down. Come on."
Yeah.
So, have you guys seen anything else? Anything else good recently? Has anybody seen? I know we talked about the Black Phone during the last episode, but I think it was opening weekend for it. Has anybody caught up on the Black Phone since then?
Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Okay. Monty, did you see the Black Phone?
Oh yeah. I saw it theatrically when it came out. I really liked it.
Okay.
It was good.
Mike?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm a mark for Cronenberg, but I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. Well, have you seen Crimes of the Future?
No.
Okay.
I haven't. Money? Who's got money? I don't have money. Go to the movies. Have you seen inflation and the prices, man? I'm sure gas is starting to come down, but it was damn near $5 a gallon there for a while. I mean, I don't know where all this extra money's coming from, but I don't have it.
But see, Mike, we don't have the money. We just spend it irresponsibly. That's kind of how I am. It's like go see a movie this weekend and then eat ramen next weekend. That's a fair trade-off.
Yeah. There you go, Nick. You shop at Aldi's.
Yeah.
You catch an Uber to the movies.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm a turd in a punch bowl on Black Phone. I didn't love it. I did see a movie called She Will, which is brand new from director Charlotte Colbert. And it's also, I should say, produced by Dario Argento. So I think that'll probably pique a lot of people's interests. Really good witch-themed movie. If you like Starry Eyes or You Won't Be Alone, I think you'll really enjoy She Will. I was impressed by it. Alice Krieg stars Rupert Everett from Cemetery Man, who hasn't been in, at least I haven't seen him in a horror movie in a while. He's in there. Malcolm McDowell. It's a good movie.
It's on my watch list. Yeah. So
who directed the Black Phone? Was that
Scott Derrickson?
Scott Derrickson. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. and it was King's. It was based on a story by Stephen King's kid, right?
Joe Hill. Yep. Joe Hill.
Yeah.
I saw it. I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay.
I was gonna say, Piz, how did you feel about? I guess we don't want to give away spoilers, but a certain reveal about someone's relative.
I laughed my butt off. I laughed my butt off. That was my favorite. He was my favorite character in the movie. He was my favorite part of the movie. Just that dude. That dude is so. I mean, does coke make you that oblivious to the world? Because coke is not a hallucinogenic drug. Like if he was doing mushrooms or something, I'd be like, okay, I get it. He's on cloud 9. You know what I mean? But
if he was on, well, I almost dropped a spoiler. Sorry.
How big was that house, though? I mean, okay, I don't want to give anything away, but how big was that house, fellas?
Well,
how?
To that point, it's funny. I've seen, as many of you have, thousands, if not tens of thousands of movies, and I didn't see it coming when it was revealed. And my brother, who is nowhere near the cinephile that I am, said he did see it coming. And I was like, where did I miss this? Like, what did I miss here? No. And then when it happened, I was like, wow, I'm dumbass. Like I don't know. Maybe I was into something else with the movie, but I was just like, I should have seen that coming. But yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was okay. Yeah. I had issues with it. But I mean, I thought it was okay. I'm not, I'm not upset that I spent the time watching it, but I'll never watch it again. I'm not going to own it on Blu-ray or anything. So
yeah.
Are you guys getting tired of like period piece horror films at all?
I think they all need to be period piece. I'm like the opposite there. I think
they're really, I mean, we're on that like 70s, 80s nostalgia kick. We've been on that kick for a long time. So like, there was a point in the movie toward the beginning where it's a song. It's every movie or television show that takes place in the 70s. This song is on the freaking soundtrack. And it was like right at the very beginning of the movie. And I was just like, oh God. It's just like, oh God. There's so many great songs from the 70s. Yep. Why does everybody keep putting this where's Don't Fear the Reaper? Where's freaking Slow Ride? Why is this song in every 70s movie and television show? So I mean, I was pissed off like right out the gate just because that freaking song was in the movie. But yeah, there was a lot of 70s and 80s nostalgia stuff out there, and it seems like it's been that way ever since like Stranger Things really took off.
Yeah.
Well, House of the Devil, I think really it's kind of what jumped that off.
That movie is fantastic.
And he did it. And he captured that era really effortlessly. Like he didn't go over the top with it. He didn't do big hair and shoulder pads or crazy colors.
Even in the presentation of the movie, when you watch House of the Devil, if somebody told you this was filmed in the late 70s, you could totally buy it. I mean, you could totally buy it. When I watch that movie, I genuinely feel like I'm transported back in time. And I guess to the answer to your question for me, Jay, is like, as long as they nail it, like House of the Devil did or Stranger Things does, I'm fine with it. But I feel like a lot of movies have gotten caught up in trying to emulate that, and they just do it piss poor. And thanks, Dave. He wanted to delay, but I not right now. Yeah, I mean, if it's done well, cool. But some movies, Piz, part of that too. What you're saying, yeah, when a movie or a TV show is like, this takes place in the 80s. Let's have every popular 80s song ever on the soundtrack. Like that's a little like heavy-handed. Where I'm like, all right, come on, like really. Yeah. So yeah.
I've been, instead of like indulging in the nostalgia porn that is modern cinema, I just go back and watch the actual films that were made in the actual time frame. Because if you want to see real, that's the best way to do it. If you want to see somebody's interpretation that maybe wasn't even there, because like Stranger Things takes place in 83. I remember 1983. Didn't look a lot like Stranger Things. Right? I mean, that's somebody else's interpretation of what it might have looked like. So as a fantasy, it's okay. I mean, I'm not dogging it, but I lived through 1983 once. I don't really why do I need to go back? I mean, if I want to go back, there's plenty of movies from that era that were great. I can just go watch them. And if you want to watch obscure horror films and shine a light on some things that might not have physical releases yet, maybe if you champion them, they will get the physical release instead of going to see somebody else's interpretation of that kind of stuff. I didn't hate House of the Devil. I just thought it was okay. I mean, I'd rather just go back and watch a 70s flick like The Sentinel or The Omen or something. There's plenty of. I've been really digging into the 70s, and there's a lot of gems there I forgot about. So do yourself a favor and do that. And if that's if you're tired of nostalgia porn and you want a dose of the real thing instead of a fake version of it. But
it's very heavy-handed. That's kind of where I was coming from. I marathon Stranger Things all 4 seasons the past couple of weeks, so it's just it's very much like, what was popular? Here it is, all over the place, and like the dude's got posters on his wall from movies that just came out. And it's like that's not realistic.
Yeah.
The whole time I was telling my wife and kids, I was like, "There's no way you would have that. That just came out in '83." I'm like, "There's no way you would have that." And just I don't know.
That's
I guess they moved up to 86 though, right? Because now they got a guy playing Master of Puppets or something.
Yeah.
The number of guys that could play that perfectly back then, besides Metallica, was a very few. So hey, good for him.
The show has progressed 3 years, but the characters have aged about 15 years.
They look like 37 at this point.
Are they 20?
But maybe they'll explain that in like season 5 because they're in this weird upside down, and it's making them age faster. So like maybe that'll be the whole plot of season 5. They got to kill this thing so that they stop aging so quickly.
It's funny that you
get
mentioned
sued by
that.
Shyamalan though.
It's funny you mentioned that, Piz, because the Duffer Brothers literally came out like a few weeks ago. And by the way, I love season 4. It was my favorite season to this point. And the Duffer Brothers came out and they're like, don't worry, there's going to be a time jump between season 4 and season 5 that will explain the growth of the kids. And it's like, where was that for season 4? Like, you're going to do a time jump now? Like, do you know how glaring it is to watch season 3 and then season 4 and be like, holy crap, like they're 18, 19, 20 years old now. And it's like, I can suspend disbelief, whatever. I get it. The production was halted for like damn near a year. So it is what it is. But why address it now? And also with the way season 4 ended, I mean, looked pretty apocalyptic to me. What, are they just going to hang out in Hawkins for like 3 years and not do anything with all that shit going on? Like, I don't know. I mean, it was just an odd choice personally.
I don't know.
Do you watch it, Biz?
I've not seen season 4. I've not started season 4 yet because I know when I started, I'm going to have to machine gun the whole season. So
yeah, and it's an undertaking.
I've got to, set aside some time just to do all that.
Well, good luck getting Robert Englund's autograph anytime soon.
Oh yeah, that thing. I'm sure that it went up. Yeah, it's gone up. I'm sure. Yeah, which it wasn't cheap to begin with. Now. I mean, geez, yeah.
What's crazy?
That appearance added on at least one more zero to that price, probably. What were you going to say, Monty? I'm sorry.
No, I said, what was crazy about that was I remember when I was in college, I had like a screenwriting class I had or whatever, and I never forget. This is like back in I think it was 2008. So anyway, I got up there and I did my pitch because they teach you how to pitch and do the whole 9. So I was pitching to my classmates because that's always a great thing to do because they're going to love your idea always. But anyway, I was like, I want to have back to the 80s horror film, blah, 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 way before this even started. The whole class said, bad idea, bad idea. Nobody wants to see nostalgia horror. Nobody cares about the 80s. And here we are. It's just so mind-boggling to me. Not that I feel like I missed the ship, but it's just mind-boggling to me that the whole class said nobody wants to hear that idea. And look what's making money right now.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Hand over fist.
Crazy.
I saw a great movie recently called The Innocence. I know, Dan, I know you've seen it.
Yes, yes.
Highly recommended if anybody's not seen The Innocence. It's a Finnish-Swedish co-production, I do believe. Yep. And excellent film. If you've not seen it, I highly recommend it. I also saw Men recently.
Oh Lord.
And I liked it. It gets really weird at the end. But up to that point, I really was enjoying it. And it's not the movie you think it's gonna. It's not woke. It's just not. It's really an interesting film. Go ahead. What were you gonna say, Nick?
Oh no, well, I was just gonna say that's why I said, "Oh Lord," because the end. The end is what like sticks in my head, where I'm like, "Whoa, that was way out there." And but no, I actually am catching up right now on Midnight Mass. I know that came out last year on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, I'm 4 episodes in, and my Lord, I mean, I would call myself like a Mike Flanagan stan. I really think he is one of the better directors working right now. I loved Hill House and Bly Manor and all that, and everyone was saying pretty much universally Midnight Mass is his best of all those, and I'm like, okay, come on, that's a high bar. And I'm 4 episodes in, and I'm like, yeah, it's probably his best, but I will say, man, is it bleak. I mean, man, is it depressing. And but that's good though. For me, I don't know about you guys, a little personal thing about me really quick, like my number one fear is death. And I have like bad anxiety. And like in episode 4, when Riley and Aaron are talking about what happens when you die, it was like eliciting like a mild panic attack in me as I'm watching it. Cause I'm like, what happens when you die? Oh no. Like, stop thinking about this. Please stop talking about it. But yeah, it's really good. It is really good.
My greatest fear is short-haired 60-somethings, personally.
Jamie Lee?
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's been on my watch list for a while, but I agree with you. I've liked pretty much everything Magnuson's done. Or Flanagan, I'm sorry, not Magnuson. I've liked pretty much everything that Flanagan's done. I wasn't a big fan of the Bly Manor, whatever.
Yeah.
But,
that was coming off.
It wasn't scary at all.
Yeah. It was coming off one hell of a previous season. Yeah. I wasn't impressed with that, but Midnight Mass is really good. And if you're unaware, it's one and done. It's not like you're just investing in the one season.
Okay.
That show got snubbed too. It really should have been at least
Emmys?
nominated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But a really great filmmaker. If you've not seen his first film, Absentia, I think that's my favorite film of his is Absentia. So good.
He did an amazing job with Absentia. There is, I think, a region-free Blu-ray of that. Anybody want the DVD is very easy to come by, but that is a good recommendation.
Yeah.
I feel like the bar, I look at Flanagan and I'm like, if I had to say, in my opinion, his weakest movie, maybe like narratively, is probably Oculus. And if that's the bar, like that's your low point, that's still a good watch. That's not a bad
I love
movie.
Oculus.
Yeah, I think it's a good movie. So I'm just like, I mean, the dude's got Hush. I mean, you guys I'm in love with Dr. Sleep. I won't get into that, but I absolutely adore that movie. So like,
awesome.
Yeah, I just think that the dude, it's just bangers. Netflix just keeps asking him back, hey, I know you can't do a follow-up season to this show. Do a new show. And it's like, okay. And I'm cool with it.
I wish he would have, I wish he was behind the Salem's Lot remake or whatever they're doing with that. He would have killed that. But
you remember when he took to Twitter a couple years ago and basically tagged New Line and Warner Brothers and said he had a pitch for Nightmare on Elm Street and was like, hey, basically pick up the phone. He said, put me in, coach. I've got an idea. Like, get me in a room with you. And when I mean, yes, I would love to see Flanagan take that on too. That'd be awesome.
It's their loss, but I mean, I'm kind of glad he's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
I think that's probably a good direction for him to go in. Like, screw you guys. I'm going to do this and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So Hush and Dr. Sleep is the same director.
Yes.
Okay. I really liked Hush. I finally caught up with that like a little while ago, man. That was a good one, man.
I've liked everything he's done, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not loved, but liked everything.
Dr. Sleep is great, man. I love that film. Yeah. Oh, it's a great movie. Yeah. I got to catch up with Oculus.
We've got Mid-Level Media here with us tonight. How's it going, buddy? See if there's anything else I want to shout out here that I've seen recently. I did see Crimes of the Future, but I really wasn't a big fan of Crimes of the Future. I know a lot of people really loved that one, and it's David Cronenberg and all, but I don't know, it just didn't do that much. It didn't do much for me.
It's probably the most Cronenbergian film he's ever made. Cronenbergian, whatever the word is. That's his movie right there. Like body horror, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I actually did recently just catch up on a classic from almost 20 years ago. It flies under the radar. I can't believe people don't talk about it enough. Seed of Chucky. No, I'm being sarcastic. That's this week's episode of the You Need a Horror podcast. Christian thought he would be funny last week and mention on the podcast, we should do Seed of Chucky. And he's like, wouldn't that be funny? And the days leading up to it, he's texting me, dude, I don't think I want to do this. I really don't think I want to do this. This movie sucks. I'm like, we got to do it, Christian. You said we were going to do it. You told them. We didn't even finish it. An hour into the movie on the podcast, we said, guys, we're done. And we wrapped the episode.
Well, the only thing I remember about Seed of Chucky is that scene where Chucky's masturbating.
Yes.
That's literally the only scene.
John Waters is taking pictures and saying, God bless the little people. I mean, it's just, it is awful. I mean, it is truly awful. We can talk about the pits of like Freddy's Dead, Halloween Resurrection. They pale in comparison to Seed of Chucky. I mean,
was it Redman in that movie?
Yes, yes.
Oh my god!
And Jennifer Tilly's in it twice. It's just
she's probably the best part, right? Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah, but they don't even. I'm not going to get vulgar, but Christian and I said on the episode of the podcast, they don't even give us what we wanted from Jennifer Tilly. I mean, you could have at least made me smile for 5 seconds with that movie. Nope, nothing.
Well, I mean, for all of you Chucky television series fans out there, I've heard that season 2 is going to go way into Seed of Chucky territory.
Yeah, not looking forward
Glenda's
to
coming
it.
back, guys. Glenda is back.
Not looking forward to it at all. Christian actually, he went on a tirade. I just ask you guys, if you don't want to sit through that entire episode when it drops, just watch the last 5 minutes where Christian is just looking at the camera and he's saying, Chucky fans, F you, F this movie, F Chucky. I mean, he went in. He was like, I'm not watching this TV show. Seed of Chucky makes me not want to own this box set anymore. Like, he was mad. And so, Seed of Chucky and, Chucky season 2. Really not looking forward to it.
Last season, I was saying, even in the halfway point, I'm like, they might be okay as long as they don't go full Seed of Chucky, but not to give anything away, season 1 towards the end, I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna go full.
Watch up until the last 2 episodes. It's solid up until I know you did, but if you guys haven't, anybody else, until the last 2 episodes, you're like, this is pretty cool, and in the last 2 episodes, you're like, wow, this sucks. And Don Mancini doubled down and was like, guess what? Those last 2 episodes, you're getting that times 10 next season, and I'm like, why? No one wants it.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I think he wants to try and prove that Seed was. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think he thinks Seed is like a misunderstood.
No, he does. He's actually mentioned it many times. He says that it's a good movie. He'll defend it. And it's like, no, Don.
It's awful.
I'm going to go a different direction. Oh, sorry, Monty. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Jay. Go ahead. I'm sorry, bro.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. I was just going to say I didn't watch Seed until. I don't know if it was Sausage Factory, Region Free. Whenever we did a retrospective of those films, I watched it, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'll be honest. I
rewatch it, Jay.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
I'm fine with it.
It's one thing I will say about the Child's Play franchise that it does better than most is the first movie straight through the TV series. It all ties together. There's continuity. Then that's pretty impressive. I mean, even
God love them.
2 direct-to-video films that still tie into everything. I think that's pretty.
You sure as hell couldn't do that with any other horror franchise. That's for sure.
No.
Do you guys know any? Do you guys know any horror franchises that have like a bunch of multiple different timelines or anything? Because I'm trying to find something new to get into, and I really like these like choose your own adventure, where it's like, oh no, this person actually didn't die, this is a new timeline. Do you guys have anything you can recommend?
House
Well,
I'm being totally sarcastic.
Well,
Monty. I'm talking about the franchise behind me. Yeah,
but listen. I mean, you're. I think we're getting that way with Scream now. They keep bringing back these dead characters, and the legacy characters and stuff. I mean, I think Scream's going to get that way here pretty soon too.
just wait till Stu shows up. Piss. Wait till Stu shows up.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, in Scream 8 or whatever, it'll be, Stu will be like, I was the puppet master of it all.
Yeah,
little scar on his face.
I'm still upset that we haven't got an official announcement that this new one's called Scream Kills, and then the next one is Scream Ends. I mean, that's the new trend. We should just start doing that.
I'm 100% Jamie Kennedy was just like, I'll do it for half of what Neb asked for, and then that's gonna happen. As far as like continuity though, I mean, Child's Play might do it the best.
Saul does it pretty well too. Saul does.
If you really pay attention to it. Yeah, I know those sequels confuse people, especially if you were just watching them a year later. It's like, wait a minute, what? How is that possible?
No,
but
and
it does tie in.
They made the mistake of killing Jigsaw in Saw 3. I mean, that's way too early, because then we're like 8 movies later, and it's like, this happened 10 years before all those movies, and it's like, dude, I can suspend disbelief, but this, I don't know.
It's his barber that's doing it.
Yep.
I give him props for creativity, because I worked at a Regal every year when the second Saw came out and I used to sit there in the theater like, damn, they are really being creative with how because Donnie Wahlberg was dead in number 2. Then he came back in 4, like he had the Michael Myers beard going on, and then he died. And oh man. I like the one that Carrie Eloise came back again. Was that
final chapter? Yes.
I like that movie. I like that.
You know what I just revisited last week, because we revisited everything at Flesh Wound, the Psycho franchise, which if you haven't revisited it in a while, obviously the first one's a masterpiece, but the sequels, certainly 2 are damn good. It ranks pretty high again as far as franchises go. It never. I mean, there's the remake, obviously, which was pointless, but overall, it's a damn solid franchise if you haven't checked out the sequels in a while.
Psycho 2 is
one of the best sequels,
I'm glad you mentioned it. I'll ask you this, Piz, and you guys can all answer this question, because my brother said this to me the other day. I want to see how you feel. He said Psycho 2 is better than Halloween 2. How do y'all feel about that?
Oh,
I'd agree.
I'd agree.
I love Halloween too, but I agree.
Psycho 2.
I don't know.
Psycho 2's my go-to Psycho film. That's the one I watch the most. It's great. It's a great film.
I prefer
better than Halloween 2. I mean, I guess if you really want to say that, I don't know. I don't think of it that way, but hey, whatever.
I prefer Halloween 2, but I mean, you got to. I mean, Psycho 2 is, like Dan said, it's one of the best horror sequels out there, and I mean, I even like Part 3 a lot too. I mean,
3's fun. Yeah,
there's some. 3's pretty much just a straight up slasher, but I like the way that I like the way it looks, and there's some great shots in it, and it's just a little sleazy. I like there's a little sleaze in it.
Oh, there's a lot. Yeah, Duke, Jeff Fahey. Maybe his best performance. I want the Duke prequel.
And the third one was directed by Norman Bates himself, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was indeed. Yeah.
No wonder it was just a little bit sleazier, right?
And there's a lot of necrophilia in that film. I rewatched it again recently, and I was like, "What is with Jeff Fahey and the lamps?" And there's like misogyny, and there's a little hint of kind of other things. And Norman's kissing on dead bodies and humping them, and I'm like, "What is going on here?"
Come on, Monty. Don't kink shame. Don't kink shame.
Listen. That was my favorite part of the movie.
Okay.
But yeah, I like both Psycho sequels a lot. There was that one that was like a made-for-TV movie. I remember it's been a year since I saw that one, but I remember it being okay.
Bates
Psycho 4 was the Showtime original.
Psycho 4, yeah, but then I totally forgot about it. Yeah,
Bates Motel from 1987 is the failed pilot, and that's just something totally different. But Psycho 4 is actually, that one has its problems. I'm not gonna lie, it's still very entertaining. And also, when you consider Anthony Perkins got his AIDS diagnosis while shooting that, there's certain moments that are pretty interesting considering all that. Olivia Hussey's a little bit over the top, and as Norma. But even 4, like I can't say I didn't enjoy the hell out of it, despite all the warts. It was still entertaining.
I would say that franchise as a whole is probably one of the shining examples of taking your antagonist and actually making it believable as the movies go on, that you actually kind of feel for that antagonist. And it's like, why do I feel for this monster? And it's like actually makes you question like your morality at times. You're like, I'm kind of liking this guy. Like, what the hell? And like some movies try to do it, Don't Breathe 2, and they suck. Some movies can do it. And I didn't think Don't Breathe 2 sucks. That's not what I mean. It just means, I don't know. There's a line there, I think. And I think Psycho nails that. I really do.
Well, Psycho 2 does an excellent job of making you like really feel for Norman and care about Norman, despite the fact that you know that he killed all those people. And you saw him kill 2 people in the movie, but they alluded to there being many more. And Anthony Perkins does such a good job of pulling that out of you with his performance. And then at the end of it with that shovel to the head, you're just like, oh, Norman, no, you blew it, man.
The Lila Crane kill. I mean, there's not like a ton of gore in Psycho 2, but what's there is so effective. I mean, Lila Crane just getting the knife right through the mouth. I mean, it kept everything that made the first film great, and then also took it, 23 years later. And when you consider even back in 1983, you can go back and read newspaper articles like, oh my God, what are they thinking? Doing a sequel to the greatest horror movie ever made. What they were able to pull off, that is amazing to me. I wish other franchises were able to nail it like that because,
Christian,
from what I read, the director of that film was actually a protege of Hitchcock that worked with him on several films.
Richard Franklin, he was a scholar, and he was invited. He was on the set of, I believe, Topaz and a bunch of different things. Yeah, he did Road Games, which kind of got him the gig. But
he was totally respectful to Hitchcock, and he knew that it was going to be scrutinized, so he tried to make sure that it was the best possible movie he could make. And of course, he had Anthony Perkins there with him to help him out.
Oh yeah.
So Psycho 2 definitely great.
It was at one point they were thinking Christopher Walken as Norman in a TV movie, which I would have kind of liked to have seen, but I'm glad we got what we got. That movie's just amazing, and I don't know why Meg Tilly isn't spoken more highly of. I mean, she should be much more well known as Mary in that film. She's just excellent.
I think she kind of had a bad experience on that film, and she doesn't like to talk about it. So that may be her fault, because she kind of just poo-poos it whenever somebody brings it up. So it's like she doesn't want to be known for that movie. So I guess she didn't get along with Anthony Perkins too well. Yeah,
I heard that they clashed. Yeah. And what's funny is Anthony Perkins almost got there's the woman from A New Beginning in part 3 who in A New Beginning, she gets stabbed up through the bed, she's in part 3. Apparently she rubbed Anthony the wrong way to the point where he almost had her fired.
She made a gay joke, apparently, if I recall, and it really pissed him off. There's a ton of behind the scenes stuff on all the Psycho movies. Perkins also clashed with Mick Garris on Psycho 4. I think he was pretty mad that he wasn't directing that one. So it was kind of a difficult relationship. I will also say it took me a while to get into it, but the Bates Motel TV series is very interesting as well. Season 1, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about Norman Bates going up against drug dealers, but it really brings it home. Olivia Cook, also amazing. There's so many side characters in this franchise that are just fantastic, iconic. Revisit it this Halloween. You can't go wrong with the Psycho franchise, minus the remake, which was just
that was worse
than anything.
And 1, 2, and 3, they have the same kind of mood, like where you're, I don't know, like you feel so isolated, like I don't know, or at least I do when I watch those movies. Like I feel like I don't know.
I'm glad you mentioned that show, Dave or Dan. God, my brain is all over the place. Sorry, Dan.
Corey, come on.
No, Corey, yes, because I love Bates Motel. I own every season of that, and I don't usually buy a lot of TV shows on physical media, but I own all of Bates Motel because that was when I was in high school, and like I was really into watching, the weekly new episode and then waiting a year for the new season and stuff. That stuff was really cool, and I got to give them credit too, because in the final season they just said, we're going to do whatever. Like we told you that this is a prequel, but it's really not. It's an alternate universe Psycho basically. And I loved it. I really enjoyed that show.
One of the best moments, not to give anything away, because I know a lot of people haven't watched it and that's a shame, but Emma Ducote's last moments with Norman towards the end of that show. Fantastic. You have to be a little patient through season 1. It didn't win me over right away.
I loved Vera as Norma. I really, really, really liked God, I can't remember the kid's name now that played Norman.
Freddie Highmore.
Yeah,
Freddie Highmore. Good. He's really good.
Really liked him too, but I think Olivia Cook is a standout in that. I think she's just it's a tour de force. I mean, she's a fantastic actress. So if nothing else, watch the show for the performances, because I mean, it really is well acted.
Binge it this Halloween, guys, if you haven't.
But can you imagine Christopher Walken as Norman Bates? I mean, come on, how incredible would that have been? Mother, I don't want to kill her.
I'm going right now to come to the shower. Come to take your dress off.
I don't know,
Mother, where'd you put the wig? I gotta go stab this chick.
I just always think of Joe Dirt when I think of Christopher Walken. You're talking to my guy all wrong. Like I can't help but not think about Joe Dirt.
Your
like
son.
He spins Mother around. Mommy, Mother, you're not using the right tone, Mother. Oh God.
You know, it was great. It was great how Anthony Perkins brilliantly could layer that character between sympathetic, scary, and perverted, and he could roll them. He could roll them all within 1 second of film. You'd be like, how the hell do you make him sympathetic, perverted, and scary within a second? That scene in Psycho 2, I wanted to bring that up in the bedroom, where Meg Tilly's in the bed, and he turns around and goes, "Don't lie to me."
Oh yeah,
Whoa,
yeah.
You need to get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great.
There's a lot. The remake, it was just hilarious. Like what we just need to add Norman masturbating for about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Sort of make it more edgy. And Haish's anus. That's what we need to take this to the next level.
I mean, like, dude, I like Vince Vaughn as much as the next guy, but come on. Like, how is that the guy you land on for the casting of Norman Bates? Like, I just don't think, and I'm not even saying he gave a bad performance, but I just don't think it fits him. Like, he would be the last person I would think of. It's like Adam Sandler. Like, we're going to go with Adam Sandler. And it's like, yeah, brilliant. And it's, even if he gives a great performance, you don't buy it because you can't see him as that character. I don't know.
Where was Steve Buscemi?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What was he doing?
Right.
He would have been perfect. Geez.
Or the guy from Scary Movie 2 with his strong hand, why not get
Chris
that
Elliott?
guy? Yeah,
Chris Elliott. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Now we're talking. I think we need another Psycho remake with Chris Elliott.
There we go.
I'd be okay with Adam Sandler if he surprises Zan Haish with the swan from Billy Madison in the shower. That's how he takes her out. This boom right now.
We got to get the penguin too. The penguin's got to show up.
Oh yeah. All the cool kids piss their pants.
Yeah. Words to live by.
I love
Peeing your pants is cool. I'm Miles Davis.
I was getting ready to say that. Peeing your pants is cool. I'm Miles Davis. Well, let's talk about. Let's just go ahead and dive into Halloween Ends. The trailer dropped. Just day before yesterday. Everybody's been talking about it. Social media has been on fire with Halloween Ends talk. There's just copious amounts of videos on YouTube of people talking about the trailer and breaking down every second of it. And I did a stream about it last night. I've heard all sorts of spoilers and rumors, and people who've been to test screenings telling me all about it, and it just sounds like it's going to be wild. But let's just go around the horn here. Dan, I know you and the Flesh Wound guys did a show about the trailer. What was the consensus there amongst the Flesh Wound Features gang?
I mean, for me, anyways, there's nowhere to go but up because I really hated Kills. So there's a good chance I might have fun with it, to be honest. I mean, because Kills was just such a low for me. Let's see, a PG version of what I said. The ghost of Loomis could ride in on a white horse and just finger blast Michael to death, and I'd be okay with it.
Because it gave Rob Zombie a new idea for a new movie, Dan.
There you go. I mean, I'm just done with Laurie Strode. I kind of hope this is it. Whatever. I mean, Halloween's going to come back, let's be honest. But whatever they do next, I'm assuming probably you're going to get Halloween 3 next. I don't know if anything's really official on that, but that's probably what you're going to get. But when we get back to Michael Myers, let Michael be Michael and come up with totally new characters. You don't need legacy characters now. Hopefully they'll close out well, but just do something new with new people. No, familial connections or anything. Just Michael Myers being Michael Myers, preferably what he was intended to be in the first film, and surround him by new characters, new storyline. Yeah. I don't have a genius idea. That's just the basic of what I would do.
Stingray, what did you think of the Ends trailer?
I've tried to avoid it just because I try to avoid trailers at all costs, but I have seen most of it just in passing, watching other people's channels and stuff. I'm with Dan. This is what her seventh movie for Jamie Lee. And don't get me wrong, I like Jamie Lee, but I mean, enough's enough. I mean, she's acting like she doesn't want to do it for the past 20 something years. So I don't know why she keeps coming back. People were upset when Neve Campbell wasn't going to be in part 6. It's how many movies do you want? Jesus, can we tell a new story for God's sakes? I don't know. I didn't really like Kills very much either. So, I'll watch it and see. So.
That Activia money's drying up, Jay. Don't be hating.
She's a princess or something, right?
Yeah, somebody asked me the other day, why is she still doing these? And I was like, well, it's good money. I mean, she's like, but does she need any more money? I was like, well, maybe she's planning her kids. She's putting money away for her kids' at this point. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. And maybe, she just, I don't know. Just wants to do it for fun. I don't know. But listen, Mike, have you seen the trailer or have you avoided it?
No, I watched it. Man,
okay.
I mean, for me, Michael Myers died in a hospital in 1981, and anything after that, I'm, whatever. But if they want to apologize to me for the last 2 turds that they dropped with the Halloween name on it, Busta Rhymes better be in the damn movie. That's all I got to say.
There you go.
Because if you're gonna go all the way, man. I mean, if you're gonna be fully stupid, just be stupid.
And
they gave his line to Jamie Lee Curtis. Why can't Busta Rhymes do that? That was a perfect scene. He could have walked in, boom, movie saved, trilogy saved. No. You got to give the line to Jamie. Really?
Really? At the very least, they need to have
no love for Busta in the Blumhouse camp. This is pissing me off, man.
But at the very least, what they need to do to pay homage to Busta is during a trick-or-treat scene, have a car speed by blasting a Busta Rhymes joint, right? I mean, come on. That would be perfect.
Oh, y'all.
Yeah, there you go.
You all.
There you go.
I saw recreate, like with this trilogy, all of the best stuff is stuff that was recreated from things that were already done, and all the bad stuff is the new stuff that they add, right? So hey, we got a single camera shot going up the stairs. Never saw that before. Oh, wait a minute, yeah, I did. We have, you know what I mean? It's like I'm watching this. I've seen this before. I don't know, but I'm in. I told you guys I'd go. I'm finishing this freaking trilogy, and then for me, Halloween is officially dead. No more. No more.
Okay.
Unless you got Busta Rhymes in it, I'm out.
Hashtag bring Busta back, or
fan film.
Justice for Busta. There you go. Bring it back.
Oh gosh. Nick, your thoughts on the trailer?
Well, I don't really know much about this series, so I'm not gonna keep the shtick up. Look, it's funny because when I'm in my bubble, Piz, guys, I feel safe, and my bubble is like me and Christian on our podcast, and we're like, hey, yeah, like Halloween Kills was fun, we like Halloween Kills, and then I step out of my bubble and I'm like, wow, a lot of people hate that movie. Yikes. So I get it. Like, I'm also done with the Jamie Lee, Laurie Strode thing. I mean, even this being my favorite series, I pretty much am done at this point. But as far as the trailer goes, I did think it did what it needed to do, give you a taste of the quote-unquote final showdown, and leave a lot to the imagination. So I guess just from like a marketing standpoint, I think it's very solid. But Piz, as you and I don't know how many other you guys know, I'm sure a lot of you do, a lot of stuff's going around at this point, but Piz and I were talking about it last night. I can safely say that this trailer did not paint any type of picture of what this movie's actually going to be. So, and that's probably for the best. You want to bring the casual movie-going audience into here, so they're probably going to try to keep that under wraps. Although Universal in their second trailers, they got a great track record. But I mean, it's a solid trailer. I want there to be finality. Die already. Like, somebody just die already, and let's just be done. But I'll be there opening night, and I'll be decked out in this crap, and I'll be giddy like a schoolgirl, even if it sucks. So that's my thoughts.
The series needs to die already. At this point, though, when they're showing these two people fight, you're trying not to think about the fact that they're both like 65 years old. And this is like a fight at the rest home over Jell-O at this point. What? How is this? Whatever.
If either one of them breaks a hip, they're done.
In the first one, she fell out of the house. I'm like, and she just like gets up and disappears and gets all lady, you're like 60. Your hip is broke. You're not going anywhere. But whatever.
That Activia gives you strong bones, man.
People are obviously desperate to latch onto something for happiness, and I don't want to be the guy that separates them from their happy place. So enjoy.
Yeah. Monty, your thoughts on the trailer?
When I saw it, I will say one thing that I did like about the trailer. Overall, the trailer didn't do much for me. I was just kind of meh. Okay, because like Nick said, I didn't get anything from it. But I will say, of course, me being a Halloween cheerleader, the POV up the steps did get me. And I was kind of like, oh, but this is the thing. I wanted that back in H2O, way back in 98. Like, none of the things that they did in H2O. So I've been wanting this for 20 plus years. But I like that they had the POV. I like that they added the heavy breathing, which I think that's been missing from this 3 trilogy. And I like that the lighting has changed since Halloween Kills, which Halloween Kills seemed like it was more, I don't know, am I wrong? It was like more yellows, kind of oranges. And this one seems like it's going back to John Carpenter's kind of hard kind of lighting. You know what I'm saying? Like hard black shadows and kind of, it seems a little bit darker visually. And like kind of, I don't know, the lighting is kind of a little white in it versus the orange of the last film. So I'm fascinated by that. It seems like maybe the pace might be pulled back kind of more to 1978. But, again, like Mike and everybody has reiterated, we've seen this fight before, at least all of us old guys. We saw it back in 1998. So I'll go see it, but I'm not really hoping for much.
Yeah,
I'm hoping we don't get an action movie again. Like, I do hope the pace slows down.
Hold on. Corey, you're in the movie. Why can't you just tell us what we're going to get?
Sure. I could be throwing you off. You might get a romantic comedy. You don't know.
You never know. Yeah, you never know.
Michael and Lori fall in love. That's what I want.
Work for Game of Thrones. So
yeah, maybe Dan's a misinformation agent working for Blumhouse or something. You know.
Oh, I think I'd off myself before I worked for Blumhouse. But yeah.
But I want to jump forward for a second here, and I mean, we all know this isn't going to be Halloween Ends. You know, give them 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, they're going to do a reboot. There's no question about it. It's either another more movies or a streaming or a series on streaming or both. I don't know, but where do they go from here? We're talking about a series that has been ongoing since 1978. This is number Halloween Ends is number what in this year? 13 movies. Where do they go from here?
TV. I think TV will come.
There's no place to go, and they shouldn't be where they're at.
Sean Clark has speculated this, and Dan mentioned it, and I would agree if they're going to continue it. Touch on Halloween 3, you know, in a maybe a series, or because I don't know if theatrical is the way to go for that, but that's how I feel about it. I mean, let Michael at least rest for a little bit, but I mean, where there's smoke, there's fire. Because, like I said, Sean Clark, he was talking about it on their podcast a few months ago. He was like, I genuinely believe that's where they're going next is Halloween 3. They're going to build off of that somehow. And Christian is pissed. So, because he doesn't want you to touch that thing. So, but I mean, what do you guys think? Would you rather them build off that than give us more Michael in 2 years?
I think they could do an interesting, and I think they will do something with 3 as a gap filler until they do something else with Michael. And I think they could do something interesting in the Halloween 3 world. And I mean, there's rumors that Halloween Ends has got some sort of Halloween 3 stuff going on in it. Yeah. So I mean, Halloween Ends could be the launching point for this Halloween 3 universe that's probably going to be on Peacock or
they're not going to remake the Thorn trilogy, are they?
Oh,
I mean, at this point, it wouldn't surprise me. Nothing would surprise me anymore.
I could see it coming into play in like a TV show. Again, I think that you got to let the Michael Myers, whether you like the recent trilogy or not, like you got to give that character, some breathing room. Like give it a decade, and I mean, they are going to reboot it. That series will never die, but if you try and do it in like 2 years, the normies out there, I think it's not going to be as successful.
But when they do reboot it, I mean, where are they going to go? Are they going to bring in a new Laurie? Are they going to try and do a remake
That's
of
what
the first
I think
one?
they will do. Yeah,
and then
I think. Yeah,
launch a new series off of a remake of the first one, or I mean, and then again, like, oh, we're hearing this Laurie Strode loop again, and the one good thing Halloween Resurrection did, aside from casting Busta Rhymes, is that got Laurie out of the picture. It took her out of the picture. Now, granted, the rest of that movie's not, it is what it is, but it did the dirty work. It got Laurie out of the picture, and then of course they just throw her right back in.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know if the Allison character, I'm kind of curious if she's strong enough to carry this or not.
We wouldn't know, Dan. They haven't given her nearly enough to do to show that she's strong enough. That's
I think though that's going to be a big part of this movie though is going to be on the granddaughter. So I don't know, maybe that's the setup to maybe do something with her down the road. I've seen her in other stuff, and she seems to be a decent actress. So I mean, give her the baton and let her run with it if you're going to go that route.
In the 2018 film, that's what I was thinking was that had they just focused the story, like put Karen out of the picture, she's totally against everything. She's not really. She's just there to be an antagonist for Laurie. and let the granddaughter who's been sneaking over learning how to shoot be the replacement for. I mean, they could have really set up that relationship and did a good job with it, but they didn't even try, man. They don't try. This series just totally pisses me off on multiple levels. But when they have a shot where they could have done something good, they don't even try.
What do you guys think that they could have? Now, this was an idea I had, just like in my own little independent filmmaker brain way years back. But do you guys think that they could do a Michael Myers story completely from the ground up with totally new characters? Like, do you guys think they could do that? Like, if they took out, because I had that idea where I was like, what if they just reboot Halloween, but there's no Laurie, there's no Loomis, there's totally new characters, and it's almost like taking Michael Myers and putting him in Haddonfield, but like, I don't know, a different universe of Haddonfield.
Well,
like, I don't know.
I thought you were going to say space there for a minute, Monty.
Yeah. They had, that was going to happen. And I don't know how many of you guys have actually looked over the Halloween Returns script before 2018 came to fruition. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to lie to you. I read Halloween 3D script. It sucked. I would have watched it because I like Scout Taylor Compton as Laurie, so I would have been there again. But the script sucked. Halloween Returns script didn't suck. And the most important thing that it did was it just separated it from any other previous iteration from that franchise. Totally new characters, totally like Haddonfield. But I mean, we're going to start with Michael on death row. Like, they were really trying new things, and I dug it and kind of bummed we never got it. But yes, it could work. I mean, I don't see why not.
Let me do a shout out to Dale here. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Dale. Dale says, I'm happy for Halloween and Michael. The last two movies were theatrical releases that topped 100 million. Not bad for a 40-plus year franchise. My casual friends all loved Kills, by the way. Yeah, I mean, look, it was they were big successes. And the reason they were as big as they were is because Jamie Lee Curtis was back and John Carpenter was associated with them. You know, and I think they're, you know, Lauren's mentioned this on the show about timing. It was the perfect timing for a new Halloween. And then they bring back Laurie, John Carpenter's, you know, associated. It was just the perfect timing. And it, of course, it did what it did. So, yeah, I mean, money talks, right? So they know that they've hit a gold mine with Michael and Laurie, and I guess if they do reboot it, they're going to have more Michael and Laurie most likely. I would think. I don't know. But
let's face it, they could put diarrhea on a screen and it's going to make a profit. I mean, with the title, you know. I mean,
well, that's what they've
Halloween
been doing for years now.
You know, it's making money. Come on.
Yeah. So my casual friends hated Kills. A lot of my hardcore horror friends hated Kills too. But you know, I mean, to each their own. But thank you, Dale. Appreciate that.
Biz, when is the re-review coming? You got to rewatch it, don't you?
I know. I'm gonna do a re-review. I re-reviewed Halloween 2018. Now I'm gonna re-review Kills. I will do it.
It's a tough watch.
Yeah, I don't know.
Taking one for the team on that one.
Maybe I'll change my mind. I don't know.
Well, he made a poll. He took it to Patreon, and he was like, I think he was hoping against all hope, like, please vote no.
Oh, no. I knew. I knew it would. I knew it.
Oh, don't give him a vote, Biz. Come on.
I knew it was going to be a landslide. Yes. You know, even the people who don't like Kills were like, yeah, you got to watch it again. So, you know, which I'm going to watch it again. Yeah, I mean, I'll give you this. The opening of Kills is pretty awesome. I mean, with him killing all the firefighters, that's pretty cool. You know.
Yeah, for Jason.
Well, I mean, it's just a cool shot. Him coming out of the house is on fire behind him. He's got that big stick. He's just like, you know, I'm.
So that's the problem, though. Yeah, it looks great, but
I thought the car kill was pretty good. I like the car kill.
It had good kills.
Him jumping on top of the homage to him jumping on top of the thing. It might have looked silly.
I like the movie. I do. I mean, I'm not I'm not really that much of a fan of 2018, but I like Kills, and I think I like Kills because I went in after 2018 having such high expectations and being bummed out by my expectations. I went into Kills like zero expectations. And it was just like, yeah, a lot of this is dumb, but it's fun. Like, and I guess that's just kind of where I landed on it, was like, at least it was fun. I don't know. The more competently made movie is probably 2018. Yeah, like objectively, but it's just not as fun. I don't know. I mean, I just feel like 18 was like what we've all been talking about. The Laurie Strode thing, like Kills at least just kind of separate. She's hardly in the movie. And I'm like, that's cool with me. Like 18 was all about her. And I'm sorry, but H2O did the Laurie Strode traumatic stuff better. It did it better than 18 did, in my opinion. So I just wasn't about it.
Kills. All the angry people chasing the penguin to the hospital, somehow believing he's Michael Myers. I mean, oh man, F word stupid doesn't really cover it, you know, but it's a good start.
When they stormed the Capitol, the hospital, that was pretty good.
Oh god,
Oh god,
the deagle to the face, and there's just so many parts that just. I went into that movie with the lowest of expectations, and it lived up to every one of them.
Anthony Michael Hall's monologue.
Or should I say down?
Oh, I love Anthony Michael Hall, but in this movie, I was just like, nah, I wasn't feeling the performance, man, like at all.
I wanted Paul Rudd to come back, man.
I'm not even.
That was supposed to happen, wasn't it?
Don't worry. I'm not even going to try to defend it because I know I'm like alone on an island here. So yes.
Well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the elephant in the room with Halloween Ends. If they do subvert expectations and the majority of this movie is an imposter, are we going to be okay with that? They've done something different, but it's an imposter. What if Michael's only in it for 10 minutes?
The imposter thing doesn't bother me if two caveats. The motivation is critical. It's critical. It's got to be a good motivation. It can't just be, I really like this Michael guy. I don't want him to kill like him. So motivation is critical. And two, it's all in the execution. I mean, period, point blank. It is all in the execution. No matter what you want to say about Friday 5, I know Piz likes it. I like it too. So so there's a lot of fans of it. It can be done all in the execution. I mean, I won't crap on the idea until I see it play out on screen.
Since it's a Blumhouse production, I think we all can agree we're in good hands. We have nothing to worry about.
Mike.
Danny McBride's
I'm sorry, man. I cannot even bring myself to that level of fake hope. That's from what they've shown me. There's no freaking way. No way that they're going to actually pull something smart out of their ass.
I mean, I'm not saying the odds are in their favor. I'm just trying to devil's advocate here on the premise of, is an imposter a bad idea? It's really all about the motivation and the execution. Now, whether they can do that or not, yeah, odds are probably not. But it's not a bad idea at face value, I don't think.
But isn't it strange? Like, okay, so this is the end part of a trilogy, but we're gonna have an imposter doing most of the kills. Shouldn't that have been the first part? Maybe like the imposter lures Michael out of hiding, Michael was in the asylum, whatever. But it's so like this is your closing chapter of this trilogy. You're gonna focus most of it on an imposter. Like
you've ripped off all the bad ideas from this franchise. Let's start ripping off bad ideas from other franchises. That sounds like a great idea.
What if the imposter and Michael were killing simultaneously at the same time, and the imposter realizes that Michael Myers is back, and Michael Myers kills the imposter?
That's what I was kind of thinking, something along those lines.
I'm not. Message me if you have questions, Monty. Message me.
Okay.
You might be on to something.
I would roll with that. But I would roll with not that there are teams. I would roll with if the imposter was like, okay, I've lost it. I'm doing my thing. And then he realizes, oh, shit, the evil is back. I would roll with that.
it's just so odd that they want to go this far off base, like in the final part of the final chapter of this series. I mean, it's really odd. But I mean, I don't know. My desire to watch the film now has increased exponentially, because it's just like, this is going to be either like a complete and utter train wreck that's going to piss everybody off, except somebody like me who probably will laugh my ass off throughout all of it. But I don't know. I mean, they're definitely taking risks. When John Carpenter and Jamie Lee Curtis are publicly saying, "Yeah, this movie's going to piss a lot of people off," we thought Kills people were going to love. We were fine with Kills, but this is the one that's going to piss everybody off. Wow,
and that's why you make a film, right? Because you want your audience to hate you.
I guess, yeah.
That's the modern thing, right? And then it's the audience's fault for not liking your movie, because that's the modern way of doing things.
I would say, in her and John's defense with that comment, I don't think it's that. I think it's that they're aware of a large portion of the fan base and its toxicity, and they know that if they change certain things, it's just bound to piss people off. But that doesn't mean that you have to hinder yourself as an artist to cater to them always. Now, you could say, well, they're the ones who go see the movie, they pay the tickets. Yeah, absolutely. But at the same time, I mean, I do agree on that face value, change it up. I mean, if you're going to make 13 movies, swing, just take a swing. And if it doesn't land, it doesn't land, but take a swing.
What if this is the Jason Goes to Hell of Halloween?
Oh,
then I'll hate it.
You know what? I guess it'd be worth the reaction, Piz. It'd be worth to see, because granted, there's gonna be one reaction that's all the way here, and there's gonna be one reaction that's all the way here. So just to see the craziness of the reaction would probably be worth it.
Michael's got to shave somebody then, if you're gonna
and have him
can shave Jamie Lee Curtis's hair back
strapped
down.
to the table, butt naked.
Now that
I'm still trying to figure out how not liking something makes you toxic. So it's one of those new words that I really don't like.
It's just an excuse. It's just a way to wrap people off. It's a way to write off.
So your opinion doesn't matter because you're toxic.
Yeah.
No, it's like, it's not the people that don't like those things. That's not what that is. It's like, it's undeniable that there are factions of any fan base that are way out there that demand the most out of left field stuff. And it's just, and if they don't get it, they'll go on smear campaigns on social media and go after directors and writers. And Halloween, unfortunately, has a lot of those fans. And I am a diehard Halloween fan, and I think most people would tell you, yeah, Halloween's got a lot of them. Scream's really getting that way too. That's why the 5th movie, that was the motivation for the killers in Scream 5, because we can deny that it's happening, but it is happening. And I think it really started with Star Wars years ago. And there's nothing wrong with fans being upset about something, but when you take it to the level of like, I'm going to berate you, I'm going to try to cancel you and end your career and threaten you and your family because you made a movie I didn't like, I don't think any sane person can get behind that thought process. But
I just don't like being lumped in with them if I think the movie's a piece of shit, you know?
I didn't. No. I didn't mean you. I mean, if you don't like the movie because you don't like the movie, that's totally fine. I don't see you as a guy that's going to go to Jason Blum's house and be like, I'm going to kill you, Jason. Like, so that's, I
just feel like those people are lumping me in with the people they're calling toxic if I don't like the film. Like, well, you're one of those toxic people. Oh. No, I don't. I don't threaten anybody. I don't harass anybody. If I don't like your movie, I don't like your movie. So what? I mean, if somebody else likes it, that's cool. But I don't know. Maybe I'll never understand why somebody likes it, and they'll never understand why I don't. But there's no reason to fight about it. It's just difference of opinion.
It's the internet nowadays, man. I mean, it's like, if you don't like it,
a lot.
If you don't like it, that's the thing. It's ignorant people that have takes like that. I mean. I don't need. I was disappointed that Piz didn't like Kills. I really wanted him to. Christian gave me a heads up, and he said, "Dude, Piz hated it." I was like, "Damn it!" And I waited on pins and needles for his review. But you know what? I respect that. But I guess not all of us are level-headed. I mean, But nothing against you, Mike. I don't think that you are one of those people. I think you're more or less like this franchise has never gone above or come near
where the first two movies did. Why are we still doing it? And I can't argue with that opinion.
Yeah, I didn't mean that you were accusing me of anything. It's just I'm so tired of all this cancel culture, toxic this person and that, and what are we, kindergarten now? I mean, this is all a bunch of bullshit that we need to get past it. It's like, if somebody likes it, great, but if I don't like it, that doesn't mean I don't like you. It just means I don't like the fucking movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so there's toxicity all over the place, but that's just one of those buzzwords I'm tired of hearing.
So I don't know. I think I'm excited to see the movie now because I think it's going to be wild. I think the reactions to this movie are going to be all over the place. But again, keep in mind they've still got how many months until the movie comes out, and they're doing test screenings, and from what I've heard, they're test screening 2 different cuts of the movie. So, I mean, what people have seen in the test screenings could be much different than what we see. I mean, who knows? They may just go, okay, enough of this imposter stuff. We're going to kill this guy off early. Let's do some reshoots, get Michael back in there killing everybody, and just loose structure, just, and then at the end, we'll have Michael step on a landmine in Lori's backyard, and boom, he's gone.
They'd find a way to say he's not dead from that piss. They would.
They'd say that it was he put Cordy in the outfit and pushed Cordy onto the landmine.
Can have a boxing Helena ending with
boxing Helena.
Lori's got him, just no arms, no legs, just keeping him in the house somewhere.
That movie has traumatized me since I was 10. Damn.
I love boxing Helena.
Oh, it's nuts.
Only thing good in Jason Goes to Hell was Naked Julie Michaels. Only Friday film I can't watch.
We can agree with that.
Well, what about the mom from Silver Spoon? She was in that. She's beautiful.
Erin Gray.
Aaron Gray. Oh, come on, Aaron Gray.
She was not happy when she found out what they did with her character either.
Thank you, Dale.
That's the only Friday the 13th. I mean, there's plenty of flaws in the Friday the 13th franchise, but that's the only one I don't like. I just cannot watch Jason Goes to Hell and get any enjoyment out of it. I entertained by them all. Other than
but
that.
this may be the Jason Goes to Hell of the Halloween series. and look, where did they go after Jason Goes to Hell? They went to space. Michael in space.
It's going to be Michael and Pinhead in space. I've been saying this forever. The Leprechaun's going to be on a nearby shuttle, and they're going to be setting up another film with the 3 of them converging. I'm telling you guys, when it happens, I better get some credit.
Wow.
Just saying. But Piz, to your point, you did ask me last night. I wanted to let everybody know. I did hear back about reshoots. Apparently, there are no plans to go back for reshoots at this point. The one cut that tested positively, the word is that's the one they're going to run with. So,
okay, all right. Well,
I'm sure it'll make a lot of money, and then Blumhouse can go ahead with their defiling of the Exorcist films.
Oh, that's right. We've got the Exorcist trilogy coming out soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you thought Halloween 2018 sucked, you haven't seen anything yet. Jason Blum presents Blumhouse's The Exorcist. I can see it now.
I find it so hilarious that all this toxic talk has come into these films that we grew up watching, because most of us on this panel are so old that we remember when we were the only ones that were talking about this stuff in the cafeteria at school. So to hear mainstream people talk about toxic masculinity and all that in the Halloween movie is absolutely hysterical to me.
And then they turn around and tell you, well, you don't know anything about Halloween. I'm just like, okay.
Oh, God, I remember when I saw Curse of Michael Myers, I was the only one in the cafeteria talking about it.
Now we're the ones that we're the bad guys now. Well, we were the guys championing it early, but now we're the bad guys.
It's so strange.
Okay, whatever. I guess it all depends on your tolerance for stupid.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, I have hopes for Halloween Ends. I hope it's the funniest damn thing I've ever seen. And it probably will be. I was laughing during Kills quite a bit.
I couldn't do it with Kills, but like I said, expectations. I don't really have them for this, so there's nowhere to go but up at this point. So I might like it. I might surprise you all. I might like it more than you, Nick, or anybody else. I might be championing Halloween Ends.
I don't know. I might like it. I haven't seen it yet, right? I'll give it a shot. And I'm going to finish the trilogy. I'm done with it after that. I'm serious about that, but I'll give it a shot.
But the marketing's been good. I mean, hey, we're all talking about it, so
oh yeah,
you know, well, they're doing what they intended to do. So.
Does anybody want to make any predictions on opening weekend box office for this thing?
I imagine it'd be pretty good. Probably at least what Kills did. 60
to 70. The first one did what, 71 or like 68, something like that. Kills did 49.5. I'm gonna say like 60, but I don't think this is gonna have the legs that 18 did, and Kills showed that too. I mean, the bottom really fell out after the first weekend. So, but I do think this will crawl to like 200 million worldwide, which is still 50 million below 2018. But since it is the end, I think it'll reach 200 when it's all said and done. But I'll say like 60.
Anybody else want to make any predictions on box office?
Is it going streaming on HBO again?
No,
it's straight theatrical.
What'd the last one make?
134 worldwide, 49.4 opening weekend.
I give this one 39 for the United States.
See, I think it'll open lower than Kills. I just think it will.
Me too.
I'll go Wheel of Fortune or Price is Right rules and go 61. There you go. Okay. Be closer, hopefully.
$1, Piz.
Yeah. Ah, goodness.
Yeah, I think it won't be 2018 numbers for sure.
No.
Yeah,
it'll have a really steep drop off after that opening weekend, because I mean that's just how most horror is. I mean, that's how most movies are. Period. I mean, look at that new Thor movie. I mean, it dropped off huge.
Mm-hmm. No, it's funny because I really do think, and I'm worried about this, and I was talking to Christian about this. I think I'm going to walk away from this trilogy, believe it or not, only really liking Kills. I didn't really like 18 much. I feel like Ends, with them promising an end and all these weird things I'm hearing, that they're really going to fumble the bag and it's just going to be kind of a mess. But either way, even if I mildly enjoy Ends, I know I'm not going to look back fondly on this trilogy. I mean, I just know I'm not going to. Like, as a whole, it's just there's something that's not there for me. I mean, I feel like peak Halloween for me was like 1 through 6. And then ever since then, I loved Rob's Halloween too. I did. But every movie since then has just been like, yeah, it's cool to see Michael Myers on screen again, but it just doesn't make me feel like it used to. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's like, yeah, I own them all. I'm a diehard, but I could take or leave half of this franchise. I mean, I really could. Like, I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, let's move on from Halloween and let's talk about. We've actually had a couple of people in the chat want us to talk about the new Jeepers Creepers. Is anybody excited about this Jeepers Creepers Reborn? Jeepers Creepers Reborn. I've not seen the trailer, but
as bad as the last film was, I don't know if anybody liked 3. I kind of would have rather they just finish that up. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent. I don't really care. I know people are happy that Salva's not doing it this time, so there's that, I guess.
I don't, I know that Jeepers Creepers has it's got name value, but there's a stigma associated around that name, that decreases the value. So, I mean, like, I don't know why you'd want to touch Jeepers Creepers. And I'm reviewing Jeepers Creepers 3 very soon. So
nice. Yeah, he turns into MacGyver all of a sudden with his truck.
See, what's weird about that series though is like the first film.
I like the first a lot.
I like the first film a lot too.
Yeah.
The Creeper's mysterious and he's in the shadows and you don't know what he is, or he's eating body parts to replenish himself, and you know, he's a, like, I remember watching that movie in the theater when it first came out and thinking like, wow, this is a cool new horror villain. This is going to be awesome. Just imagine Jeepers Creepers 5, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Jeepers Creepers 2 happens. You're like, oh my God, this is, you know, it's like, I don't want to see that. At that point too, I think everybody pretty much knew about Victor Salva and his background by that point.
Takes you back to your younger years when you pissed together off of a bus.
Oh yeah.
And Sundown.
Oh, dude, me and my buddies, man, we'd always do that together.
Yeah,
very, very common.
Come on, guys, let's take our shirts off right now.
Come on, let's pop our tops off and get some sun.
It's a bonding moment.
Sword fight. You guys didn't sword fight. That wasn't
oh gosh. Oh Jesus Christ.
Victor did.
All the time.
That's in Victor's mind. That's what he thinks young boys do.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, after part 2, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty much done with this series. But yeah, by the time 3 rolls around, he's pretty much just another slasher villain. That's it.
The first half of the first film, roughly that first half, is about perfect.
It's excellent.
Like tension filled, and it does, you know, it dips a little, but I still think 1 is a great film. I understand the stigma. It's hard for people, and you know, particularly when you actually look into that whole clown house story, there's a lot more to it, and it's horrible. But I don't think it erases the great work that Justin Long, Gina Phillips, and everybody, you know, did on the original. The second one has its moments too. It's to be honest, Ray Weiss is great. There's some really cool kills, action sequences in the bus, but 1 I will say is the only great one. 3 is so bad. I'm just like, okay, well, if you're not even going to close it out with Gina's character, I don't really care what you're going to do.
And 3 clearly set up that they wanted to do more. But I mean, it's like at that point, I mean, clearly he was working on a very small budget. There's like 15, like at the beginning of that movie, there's 15 different production companies that had to come together to make that thing happen. Just finish it up and let us go, dude. You know what I mean? Don't just. That was really frustrating about the ending of that movie. Like, oh, see, okay, you basically just, you know, you said you're going to tell us the origin and this and that, and then at the end they're just like, nah, you got to wait.
But Piz, how about Meg Foster standing on that hill, screaming into the sky?
I know.
I mean, that is peak cinema. I mean,
I didn't even finish 3. I couldn't finish it. I watched it on Netflix, and I saw Stan Shaw, Monster Squad guy, Harlem Nights, and I was like, okay, he's in this, and then I kind of started to feel sorry for him because the movie was so bad, and I was like, then I saw Meg Foster,
Meg Foster,
Meg Foster, and I'm just like, come on, and I will say, going back to what Dan said, 2 has some really cool action sequences. It's just all that extra stuff that I don't like, and 1 is damn near perfect except for that 3rd act, and I wanted more, but you know, with number 3, it just I don't care.
Number 3 is an abomination. I saw in theaters. I hated it. And
the Fandango screening I did too.
And I showed it to my wife on Netflix about 2 years ago, and I said, "Are you sure you want to do this? Because it is so bad." And she was like, "Let's do it." And the movie ends, and I'm in pain, like physical pain over here. She goes, "It was okay." And I was mad. I was like, "No, it was not. On no planet is that movie okay." And she's like, "I really didn't think it was that bad." And it was like, if I didn't know if I should have known right there, we were not going to work out. But, you know, I mean, my God. And but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The one thing I'll say about Reborn is there was a lot of worry that with the stigma that this is going to be like a shoestring budget again. It's going to look really bad. And I will say the trailer didn't look like poorly made and cheap. Like I'll give it that. Like it did look like it had some nice cinematography and some decent acting. Like I genuinely was like, okay, this might be decent. And we interviewed the director, Timo Voronsola, on the podcast a few months ago. And the dude is really smart. He's well-spoken. He seemed like he had a passion for the project. So like, I couldn't wait to see a trailer to see if that would translate onto the screen. And so far, kind of looks like it might. But no, nothing will ever touch the heights of that first movie. That so much potential for a modern like icon in horror, and they just pooped it away. I mean, yeah.
It ended with the school bus.
They did.
So I've not seen the trailer for Reborn. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe when it comes out, it hits streaming services, I may give it a shot. But
yeah, they're not going theatrical for this one, right?
Yeah, they are. September 18th, 19th, and 20th. I think 3-night event.
Oh, okay, Fathom.
Yeah, Fathom.
All right. Well, I'll check it out.
Anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap things up here?
Did anybody watch Watcher?
I did.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you know what? I liked it. Heavy Carpenter-esque vibes. But I thought it was pretty good. Only thing I'm sorry, Jay.
I was gonna say I liked it too. I like pretty much anything that Micah Monroe is in.
Oh. Yeah, she was good. It was just like kind of an old-fashioned Hitchcockian style thriller. Nothing too. That's not mind-blowing, but it was really well made, and I enjoyed myself quite a bit.
Yeah,
I think that's coming to Shudder soon, so hopefully more people will get to check it out.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it. A lot of the only thing that frustrated me about it a little bit is those kind of horror what's the word, contrivances, like she's like, oh honey, somebody's watching me, and he goes like, well, are you sure that he wasn't just looking at you because you were looking at him? I'm like, oh, come on. I could stand that guy. I hated the boyfriend, but
what was the term they made up in Scream 5, like for the elevated horror? I forget the term she used, but yeah, for like newer films.
Yeah, they dropped the Babadook. I do remember that.
Oh yeah, elevated horror.
Is that what it was? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, elevated.
I will.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna throw out if you guys haven't seen it yet, Hatching is still, I think, one of the best of the year so far. So Hatching, definitely check that out. Piz mentioned the Innocence earlier, the 2022 film. Those are excellent. You should seek them out. I think Hatching will please most people.
Yeah, Hatching is really good. Hatching is in my easily top 5. Maybe
there
even,
you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Hatching is very good.
Before we go, I just want to say, just to clarify, because I feel bad about it. Mike, I did not at all mean that you were lumped into that group of people. I hope you understand what I was talking about. I don't want you to think that I meant that. I thought I was clear about it, but I just wanted to clarify.
No, I just want to clarify. I wasn't reacting to you individually. So no, I didn't take offense by anything you said because you didn't say anything offensive. We're cool. It's all good.
Yeah. All right.
This started with me, like you said, with Star Wars when The Force Awakens came out and the fans of the original series said the movie sucked. And then they started in, well, if you don't like this movie, then you hate women. And if you don't like this movie, then you hate this group of people and you hate that group of people. And it's like, no, I just hate your shitty movie. Deal with it. Right? And somehow that label put me in the toxic group, right? Just because, and this whole labeling people and putting people in groups like cattle and stuff, I don't go for that, man. That bothers me. It's very dangerous. The past 10 years has been full of that shit. And I'm just like, can we please get past this freaking playground attitude shit? This isn't high school. Most of us are getting older. Can we please act like it? I didn't like the movie. That's fine. Other people did. Great. Make another shitty movie and they can enjoy that one too, and I won't go see it. But to say that I hate women because I don't like your shitty movie, that's where it kind of started with me. So now when the entire Scream 5 is toxic fandom, it kind of, I twitch a little bit. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
Mike,
when somebody says something that makes you want to punch him in the mouth, but you know better, but you still get that twitch.
Yeah. No, and it's, I think elevated horror, quote unquote, has played into that a lot over the past decade too. And I've actually been lumped into I don't like Midsummer, and I guess that makes me an unintelligent horror fan. And I've literally been called that because you didn't get it. No, I got it. I thought it was pretentious and boring. But that's my opinion. Like, it's like, well, you just didn't get it. Clearly got it. I
didn't like it.
No,
Again, blaming the audience, man. That's bad for business. If you've ever studied business, you know, talking shit about your customers is not a way to stay in business, right? Pissing off your customers.
Y'all remember Black Christmas 2019 when the director said, well, if you don't like it, then I guess this movie just isn't, this wasn't made for you. It's like, yeah, that's a great way to market your movie.
Yeah, well, smooth move, X-Lax, way to go. And you got all these people through the 2020s, and if you don't believe what I believe, then don't buy my album or don't go see my movie, or you know, you're not worthy of being my fan. I'm just like, what the hell, man?
You know what I would love to do with these people who say things like that is I would love to take them and strap them to a chair and have them watch some mid-90s late night Cinemax cable movies with Roddy Piper and Billy Blanks and Shannon Tweed, or show them Last Boy Scout. You know what I mean? Just have them watch all those movies because I love those films. And if you think we're misogynistic, go watch those films. You'll be filled with joy and happiness.
But I think that they came up with the term elevated horror to make it easier to call you stupid.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You know?
They just all suck.
Yes,
man.
it's almost like, and that goes back to a freaking stereotype about horror movies and horror fans, that they are somehow lesser than true cinema. So it's like, well, shit, if I admit I like a horror movie, we got to create a new category so it can mean that I'm still smart even though I like it. Oh, elevated horror. Yeah, I'm smart. And it's like, what? Like, no.
Oh, Nick.
I mean, God forbid we have different opinions, you know?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When I had film appreciation, Nick, oh my God, in college, and I'd bring up like something like, oh yeah, well, let me tell you about Halloween with John Carpenter. This is 2005. So if you would have saw the people who turned their noses up, or if I said, hey, have you seen The Hills Have Eyes before the Hills Have Eyes remake, they would just look at me like I was a serial killer.
Yeah. I think fans, horror movie fans, that especially ones that have looked through these classic directors, their libraries, watched all their movies, these old movies, 70s, 80s, 60s movies. Like, I would say they're some of the more intelligent cinephiles out there. Like, people don't understand how consequential horror has been at multiple times throughout history in just the entertainment industry and what it has brought on and it's a whole conversation, but it's really, really annoying to be. I mean, I would wear a freaking Halloween t-shirt to high school and I was like labeled as like a weird kid. Like, mind you, in junior high, you know, I'm playing sports and I'm friends with all the popular kids. And then high school, I'm like, I want to wear my John Carpenter's Halloween shirt and grow my hair out. And they're like, weirdo. And it's like, all right, I guess I'm weird. I'm
still a weirdo to this day. You know what I mean? Yep. It's mind-boggling to me that if you like a certain genre, and I think I talked with the guys on S'mores Doors about this, because you like a certain genre does not mean that it's entertainment. It's a film. I know the difference. I don't know if everybody else does.
Yep.
You know,
it's almost like that. Oh well, it says something about the type of person you are. No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. I've never once thought I got to go get this kitchen knife and kill a babysitter. Just could. No.
You've never had that urge, really?
Well, you know, but no.
Well, let's look at it this way. In my arc of being a horror fan, I went from being a suspected psychotic serial killer to being so stupid I can't feed myself. It's an arc.
Yeah,
I don't know.
My older brother used to call me Michael to bully me because of how much I love. You gonna put the mask on, Michael? You gonna try to stab me, Michael? Yeah, I'm like, dude, you guys are such dicks.
Well, before we call tonight, we have been beckoned by the audience to at least discuss the Munsters briefly. There's 2 Munsters trailers out now. I've only seen the one. Actually, there's a teaser and 2 trailers, because there's that one where they walk through Herman's outline in the door. Anyway, I've only seen the one full trailer, and it looked really off to me. So I don't know. I'll probably see it just out of morbid curiosity. But thoughts on Rob Zombie's The Munsters?
Well, I don't want to
look. I'll go for it.
Okay. I don't want to trash it, because it's Rob Zombie. Oh, Mike's gonna hate it. No, it's not like that. I grew up on the Munsters, in reruns. I watched it on TV all the time when I was a kid. I loved it. Fred Gwynn is so hard to replace as Herman Munster. He owns that role, and it doesn't matter who you get; it's not going to be good enough. So I keep that in mind. And Yvonne DiCarlo as Lily. I mean, that's another one. She's hard to replace. So, those no matter who they got in those roles, it doesn't matter to me. It just wouldn't have been the same. So but man, was it Daniel Roebuck?
Yeah,
I thought he knocked it out of the park with his grandpa.
He did. That's the bright spot for me.
Yeah, that was the one thing I took away from him. I was like, oh man, he's all in. This is great, because the first thing I saw him in was like a movie with John Cryer in the 80s called Dudes. It had like Leaving and Flea, and was directed by Penelope Spears, I believe. It had the music by the Vandals and shit. It was great. It was an awesome movie.
A good movie.
But that was the first thing I ever saw Roebuck in. And then to see him progress throughout the years, he just owns Grandpa. I mean, he's worth the price of admission alone just to watch that. I felt, though, it seemed to, is he going for a cheap sitcom-y feel? Because if he is, nailed it. It seemed like a generic 90s sitcom remake of the Munsters.
But I think it'll be better than the Christmas movie at the very least.
I'm not down on it. I'm glad that he went for the PG-13 and tried to show a side of him that he hasn't shown before, that he might have a little restraint.
It's PG. PG.
It's PG.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot. I wasn't expecting much. The trailer did seem a little off, but Roebuck sold it for me, and I'm looking forward to it. Why not?
Did you guys see the statement he released? I guess there was something that people were posting that it was $40 million. And I can't remember who posted this, but it was hilarious. It won the week for me. It's like, if that costs $40 million, no chance in hell they're letting you cast your wife. That was hilarious. Yeah, it looks a little bit off. She looks off, and Jeff Daniel Phillips. But again, Fred Gwynn, I mean, you cannot replace him. It's going to be different no matter what. Daniel Roebuck's about the only thing that makes me feel somewhat good, but the rest of it looked kind of rough. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. The way I look at it is like, I'm pretty much in agreement with you guys. Although I would say I'm more of a fan of Rob Zombie than most, but believe me, when he has turds, I'll call him turds. I'm looking forward to it. I think that the issue mainly with that first trailer was the way they cut the trailer. Because I followed the production of the movie because I follow him, and I saw all these gorgeous sets that they built, and I was like, this is going to be awesome. And the trailer was just so haphazardly put together that I'm like, there's no way this is the final product. And then they released that second trailer, I believe yesterday, and it's a lot more coherent and it's a lot cleaner. And I'm like, okay, it literally just comes across like it's going to be a goofy, funny 90s sitcom type feel. Like, I think that's what he's going for. And I mean, I'm fine with it. I will say the one thing about Sherry as Lily, and I've mentioned this a few times, I'm not a big fan of hers, but I like the look, but I got to give her credit. She was really hamming it up in the trailers. Her voice, she really changed her voice up. So I got to give her credit for at least not just showing up as Sherry Moon Zombie, as she does in mostly every movie she does. Like, it does seem like she's aware, hey, you can't be Sherry Moon Zombie in this movie. Whether it lands or not, we'll see. But I'm going to get it. I'm going to buy it just to support it. I like the guy as a filmmaker, so I'm going to buy it. But it's not on my most anticipated. No.
Okay, let's close out the show with a poll. What's going to be the bigger train wreck? Halloween Ends or Rob Zombie's The Munsters? Dan.
Ends.
Okay. Stingray.
Yep, Ends.
Mike.
Same, Ends.
Oh, wow. Nick.
Ends.
Oh, wow. What do you think, Monty?
I'd probably say Ends too.
Wow.
I should
Okay.
say I haven't looked at end spoilers, so I don't know as much, obviously, as some of you guys. I probably will look at the spoilers. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
And I'll just say this real quick for my reasoning. At least Rob Zombie knows what he's going for, and he's leaning into it. You know, the team behind Ends thinks that they have a masterpiece on their hands.
Oh yeah, you know it.
What I'm saying. So at least if you watch the Munsters and you're like, wow, that was really weird. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. They're not hoping for that with Ends. So.
All right, so there you go. Wow. Well, I'm surprised by those answers, but we'll see. We'll see in just a few short months. Like, when is the Munsters coming out? Is it coming out in October too?
September 27th.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, September 27th. Okay. All right. Well, let's do some shout outs here, and then we'll call it a night. Shout out to Dale for the super chats. We appreciate that, Dale. Thank you very much, sir. Let's see who's still with us here tonight. We've got Chris, Slasher Home Video, Entertainment Wizard, DJ. Rambo Raff hung out with us tonight. Rambo. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Bog Zombie, Dying Breed, Joe Bob, Big Crack Rock, Jess. What's up, Jess? Cable Channel 11, Joe Reese. We had Lauren in the chat tonight hanging out, Jamie, Indie Phantom, Robert Long, Bacon Pew Pew. Cola's Gay was in the chat tonight earlier too, and I forgot to give him a shout out.
I love how three of us laughed at Bacon Pew Pew. How old are we? Like,
we've got his car in the chat too. I mean, it's a all-star chat tonight.
Yeah, my car was in the chat at one point tonight also. So how crazy was that? Yeah, how crazy was that? So yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Let's see. Dale coming through again. Thank you for that super chat. All hail the Sausage Factory. Night, guys. Thank you, Dale. Let's see. Nick, where can we find you on social media?
My YouTube is The Lost River Drive-In. My Instagram is The Lost River Drive-In. And because an actual drive-in owns the handle on Twitter, it is The Lost River DR1.
Wow. Okay.
I know. There's a real Lost River Drive-In. I was surprised and pissed.
Wow. Dan, where can we find you on social media?
We are Flesh Wound Features here on YouTube. Check out our Psycho show. It's about a 3-hour stream. So if you have a lot of time on your hands, we go pretty deep into that franchise. And I don't know, I might be replaced on this movie. Bloom's been blowing up my phone during this, so might not see me after all.
Stingray, where can we find you on social media?
Jay the Stingray, pretty much everywhere. Yeah, check it out. Check out my YouTube channel.
Cool. Mike, where can we find you?
On the Twitter at B Movie Mike. That's about it right now, but I will be expanding within a couple of months. So, but for right now, Twitter's the only one.
Nice.
Cool. Monty, where can we find you?
RMJ Movie Reviews on YouTube. Love the tube.
Cool. All right, very cool. All right, well, we're gonna call it a night there. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate it, and we'll see you again in the very near future. And thank all of you for hanging out with me tonight as well. Nick, it was good seeing you. This is your second or third appearance. Hopefully, there'll be more in the future, I'm sure.
Well, now I don't have my son on Thursdays, so yeah, I'm usually pretty free.
Sweet, awesome. All right. Well, everybody have a good rest of your Thursday night. Take care. And until next time, peace.